Okay, so it looks like we are back with Jumanji as Sony has released our first look at the upcoming Jumanji 3 as part of the reboot series. And I have to say, for what they are teasing, it seems like with all the stuff in the video game is now being transferred into the real world. And based on this image, what we can look forward to, as they are calling it, the final installment as a way to end the story. And I have to say, I think we're in for a real treat. And so, I'm going to be breaking down the first look image, what to expect, what returning characters that are going to be in the third and last movie, and some of the stuff that you need to know about it. So I'm going to break it all down in this video. And so, if you're new to be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so I'm on any future videos. But now, let's hop right into it. And so, if you know Jumanji, the iconic movie from 1995 that starred Robin Williams, and he played this character that gets trapped in the game and comes back after almost 30 years, and then after all of that, we got a reboot of two movies, Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle and Jumanji The Next Level, where we had a young group of people getting now trapped into Jumanji, which turned into a video game in which these characters became avatars in the actual game itself. And even for what I liked about it is that it takes place in the jungle. It's all that chaos and that adventure feeling, and even with the scenario that they have to find something to prevent like a curse, to put an end to something, to save the world of Jumanji. And even though I enjoyed the heck out of those two movies, even though for how they built upon Jumanji as sort of Sony's big IP and stuff like that, and now with now being Jumanji 3, which people are calling it Jumanji 4, but I'm sticking it with Jumanji 3 as this is part of the reboot series. And now, behold, we have our first look at the actual movie as Jumanji 3 is now in production. Cameras are now rolling. And now, I think this is a very exciting stuff because, especially as they're now calling it the end of the franchise and way to bring it to a close, and at the last time that we'll see these characters. And I think recently we got a picture of the entire cast in a table read, which confirms that, hey, Jumanji 3 is happening. It has a release date for Christmas of 2026 of next year, and for what we can tell for how they want to expand upon the world of Jumanji, how to make it look different, and I think it's going to be a very good installment as well. And now, I want to break down the first look image that was released right here, especially as our characters are now in the real world. The world of Jumanji is now in their world, and even with or what our characters look like, and from what we can tell with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who plays the character of Smolder Bravestone, that he has an upgraded outfit in which he does not have short sleeve the way he has in those two movies, but he has long sleeve. And even for what we can tell, based on the background, we are in the city, and I wonder what type of elements from the games are going to be put into this third and final movie. What story is there to tell? And I think for what they teased at the end of the last movie, Jumanji The Next Level, in that post-credit scene, for when Spencer and all his friends will witness all the ostriches roaming around wild and being all chaotic, which means, yeah, I mean, what that last movie set up, yeah. I also want to add is how can they make this final installment stick this landing, as it is the last time that they'll ever tell the story. And I think people like the heck out of the two Jumanji movies as they provide the humor and the adventure type of movies. And I think those one of those series that provides a scenario for what our main characters, our avatars, had to do in order to save the world of Jumanji. And now with this being the case of our main character avatars that are now in the real world, and I'm wondering if like things contained from those two movies are going to play a role into this third and final movie. And I also want to point out something here with the Smolder Bravestone's outfit, and also with his necklace that has the dice. And now, I think recently that Dwayne Johnson posted to his in Instagram that he put out a video arriving to set about to start filming for Jumanji 3, and that he points out that with this necklace, it is from the original Jumanji movie that Robin Williams had on. So this is definitely a way of paying tribute to Robin Williams and his legacy, because even though with the original Jumanji from the 90s, which I love, I think it's a perfect movie, and I think with being like the last movie, I mean the third one or the fourth movie or whatever you want to call it, I just generally do think that I think it's gonna be a wild way to close the book on this series, and I think for what they put, for the way that they want to end it, and I hope that it's actually good and it doesn't end up being like too cliche, but I hope they come up with like new material and stuff to get us all excited. And what's also confirmed is that we have Nick Jonas returning as Alex, the one that got sucked into the game in the first ever movie, Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, and the gang found him. And with Aquafina from the last movie, The Next Level, is also returning. And so we have some returning characters from the past two movies to play a role in here. So I'm generally thinking, like, what story is there to tell, like, the last time? And I hope this franchise gets the brilliant send-off it deserves. And even though I find them funny, just wild, and they're so chaotic, and for what material that they put into them, and I think it's just really funny stuff. But I just do think that they are generally like good movies. They generally hold up the good comedy, and also for what part of the video games that they want to adapt, especially if everything from the world of Jumanji is now being sent over into the real world. And I think of the way how they're gonna put things back, how is it going to end? I mean, we'll never know. It's getting really exciting to know that we have a new Jumanji movie on the way, Christmas of next year, 2026. So yeah, it's going to be really, really fun for us, the audience that kind of liked the two Jumanji movies that was part of the reboot series. And I think that this will be a perfect movie to end the series as a whole as well. So yeah, my final thoughts is I am excited for Jumanji 3, and I hope that it has a good ending and not like loose ends, but of course it'll add the funny humor and the stakes, also the adventure feeling, even if it's being taking place in the city but not in the jungle. And I think we expect some returning characters from those two movies to kind of make that connection there as well. So yeah, I think there's lots to be looking forward to for the next Jumanji movie. And so that's gonna do it for this video. Just let me know in the comments down below, and what is your excitement level for Jumanji 3, and how are you feeling now that this is the last movie and the last time that we'll ever get to see these characters. But just let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to turn on notifications for videos. Also follow all my social medias, all linked down below. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.